Hey traders, this is Ron Haidt at Market Tamer. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. As always, nothing in this presentation shall constitute a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Trading stocks and options involves risk, and specific financial issues should always be addressed with your financial advisor. The Dow has powered to back-to-back new all-time closing highs. Volume today was actually a little better than it was the day before. The Dow has finally joined the party in terms of breaking out. However, overall, the markets were a little more mixed. The S&P was up just 31 cents. It currently is not closing at new all-time highs, but it's within pennies of doing so. Take a look at the Qs. They were actually down a whopping 14 cents today, but they're still holding above the 50-day in orange. And until they get below that, the bulls just get the edge. And then if you look at the IWM, which are the small caps, you'll see they were down actually just over 1/3%, and now they're testing their 50-day. If you put everything together, the bulls have the edge, some up, some down right now a little bit, but overall, they're still holding up quite well, even during a period of time when the market actually pulls back a little bit. Not much, but it does pull back a little bit, and we could still see that unfold. But now that the Dow's coming online, there could be a little bit of rotation out of some of the others and now into the one that's leading the pack, the top dog, if you will, which is the Dow. Now, check out the XLF. This thing was up 1.7% today. Looking back to the January highs, which are right there, look at this. Big spike in volume. The 50-day and the 200-day came together around 28 bucks. And then today you get this big pop. So it's closed over this previous high. Now the little mini double top around 29.50 or the all-time high up there around 30. Bottom line, if financials are perking up, that's going to be good for the overall market. Then you take a look at a stock like Goldman Sachs, jumping almost 3% today. It actually gapped up and then finished higher. If it gets above the 200-day moving average, which acted as a rejection last month and again in May, then you start going back to peaks at 260 and up there to 270. So one day doesn't make a trend, but it sure is looking good from a momentum perspective. Now, if I wanted to play this from a momentum perspective, I would not want it to close below today's open. That open was 229.90, so you could call it 230. It needs to stay above 230 on a closing basis. Right now, the immediate target would be the previous high, which is the 200-day moving average. It's only 10 bucks higher. It's not that much. But above there, then things get a little more interesting. Take a look at JP Morgan. They were up 2.9% today. They're about to take out those previous highs from February, March, and again, just in early August, they're looking good. And keep an eye on State Street, STT. Stock's been in basically lower highs, lower low mode. We had an earnings gap down in July. Here's the flagpole, there's the flag, then it pops down, comes up, and now today we had a surge. The only thing I didn't like, I wish there would have been bigger volume. So if I wanted to trade State Street, because it did close above the orange line, which is the 50-day SMA, if I wanted to trade this bullish, again, it needs to hold today's open, or I could go intraday low since that's a little lower, 85.65. Need to stay above there. Upside targets would be a gap fill at 92.50, and then up towards the 200-day. And what's interesting is there's quite a bit of room here. If we could get another day higher, especially if we could close maybe something above 89, I think it looks even better from that standpoint. PRU, which is Prudential, 2.6%. Notice it got stuck at the 200-day in April twice, and now we're there already. Above the 200-day, I mean, for all intents and purposes, might as well go right back up into the low 120s. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on that one. Here's Harley-Davidson. It now got above the 200-day moving average. We're flirting with these previous highs. I'm going to ballpark it and say let's 45.5 or even up to 46. Once we get above there, the gap fill up in the low 50s would be the target. Here is BWA, which is Borg Warner. And look at, actually, let me zoom in here. Look at today's intraday high around 46. It's funny how some prices just are magnets or rejection points, inflection points. 46 bucks on BWA, July, once, twice, 3 times, August, once, twice, 3 times. And ironically, that's right where we come up today. And if you look at yesterday, we actually dipped below and tested the July low. So this is a box, but we get above 46 bucks, quick 10% pop up into the 200-day would be the upside target. And then you start going back up to previous peaks. Apple, I'm just keeping an eye on this one. We were below yesterday's low. Basically, we have a sideways box for whatever reason, this 217 area. Traders are defending it for now, but watch the 50-day on the downside. We get below the 50-day, that's what opens up a potential gap fill. And then NTNX, which is NTNX, zoom in here. Big down day, break the 200-day, try to get above it, and we roll right back over today. Once 45 falls, even 46 falls, all the way down into the $35 area. Remember, we talked about this one on the breakout. It's now been sideways, and now we're looking like we might break down. That's it, folks. Wish you guys a fantastic rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next video.